This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, December 18th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. Switzerland-based pharmaceutical giant Novartis says its $100 million Indianapolis facility to manufacture the new nuclear medicine Pluvicto is on the cusp of opening. Javon Verk with Novartis says the abundance of talent in Indiana was key to the company's decision to locate its flagship plant in Indy.
Novartis is investing a significant amount of money, over $100 million, in Indiana, with the idea of having manufacturing excellence and expertise in Indiana, which allows us to capitalize on the natural talent that exists in the area and the deep knowledge that Indianapolis has around manufacturing pharmaceutical products. That Indiana expertise and knowledge base has been critical around our decision making for why we put the plant in Indianapolis. And what you have seen is that there are a number of other companies that are also coming into Indianapolis and following the great work and pioneering work that we're doing.
Pluvicto, which is used to treat late-stage prostate cancer, was developed in Indiana by Dr. Philip Lau, a serial entrepreneur and legendary scientist at Purdue University. Also new this morning, Indianapolis-based consultancy TPMA, formerly Thomas P. Miller & Associates, will have a new CEO to start off the new year. The firm says Mark Grammelspacher will succeed Tom Miller, who founded TPMA more than 30 years ago, beginning January 2nd. Grammelspacher, a native of Jasper, most recently served as an executive director and entrepreneur in residence at Indianapolis-based venture firm Elevate Ventures. Miller will remain in a part-time role, focusing on generating major business development ideas for the firm. The Community Development Director for the City of Fort Wayne is retiring next year, city officials announced last week. Nancy Townsend, whose public service spans 33 years, will retire on February 2nd. She has served in her role as Director of the Community Development Division since September 2020. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Indianapolis-based smart mailbox startup Arrive Technology plans to go public via a merger with Canada-based Brush Oral Care. Here's Gary Dick.
The deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2024. The combined company will operate under the Arrive name and will trade on the NASDAQ Capital Market under the ticker symbol ARRV. Once the merger closes, the combined company will be based in Indianapolis and will be led by Arrive's existing management team, headed by CEO Dan O'Toole. A board of directors, likely made up of 5 people, will include one member selected by Brush, with Arrive making the rest of the selections. The deal is structured as a reverse triangular merger via an all-stock transaction, but O'Toole says the merger will provide Arrive with $10 million that is currently on Brush's balance sheet. Arrive, which launched in 2019 and did business as Drone Deck until a rebranding earlier this year, has developed a smart mailbox, a climate-controlled, secure receptacle for deliveries made by drones, couriers, or robots. The company has 16 full-time employees and also works with a number of contractors. Brush, which is based in Vancouver, British Columbia, is an e-commerce company that sells electric toothbrushes. Arrive will not add any Brush employees through the merger, O'Toole said, but he anticipates hiring additional employees in 2024, potentially doubling the company's current headcount over the next 12 months. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
OrthoPediatrics Corporation, based in Warsaw, has announced a new division focusing on pediatric braces. The OrthoPediatrics Specialty Bracing Division will develop new products for the company and is expected to grow its total addressable market by about $600 million. Joe Hauser, OrthoPediatrics President of Trauma and Deformity Correction, will lead the new division. Earlier this year, the company also acquired Rhino Pediatric Orthopedic Designs, a company founded by 2 pediatric orthopedic surgeons that created multiple braces designed for children with developmental dysplasia of the hip. Langham Logistics CEO Kathy Langham is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.